So, the madhouse is here. It's official that I live in a madhouse, you know. I think at one point my call it your ancestry or whatever the fuck it is, humans getting together and being sentimental about whatever the fuck that that you can grasp onto, which is hardly anything at all. But we do look at each other a lot, right? But do we do that anymore? Do we really? I mean, really, are we doing that? Oh my God. Because otherwise, if we were, we are living in such a fucking madhouse, babes. Um, okay, if you have any advice for me or anything that works for you, um, besides for dumbing yourself down and just playing that that you that you're not in a state of disgruntle against what might be just right there, which is a mind. How about that? Let's just say that you are achieved in having gotten rid of the problem, and that you have solved a lot of the problems that can come up mentally, physically. Physically comes first for me, and we're starting to see more and more. It's like, no, 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 no. If your physical geometry is knocked off, your mental is going to then suffer. You're not going to be operating with the right kind of compass, right? But anyway, all of that's just shades of gray. Everything is really, but getting back to pardoning me about, it's kind of like, okay, so now that I know I live, I was going to say on Pasadena Street, which what I mean is I live in the suburbs, in the suburban area, just a few miles from LA. It's a grid. There's just people shacked up and down the street that somehow I just need to get back into that movie. I need to get back into the movie. Okay, so no, I actually now when I talk about it, now that I think about it, I understand it more than these fucking people that are encroaching here on right and left, front and back. I understand that more. Why? Because I was born and reared there. I said reared. Boy, having said that, I am going way beyond that fucking time of just having been born in fucking 1974. Maybe I come from people who were fucking actually they just happen to be holding on to the right things, you know what I mean? And people are reared, not raised. I'm raising chickens. You raise them in a coop. You open and shut the door at a certain time, and you have full control, and they don't know how to do any of that. And you feed them, and they don't feed themselves, and they are very, very suspect of everything. They act like chickens, and so that's it. Getting back to it's okay. I can handle it. There's a lot of psychological adjustments I've been going through. Seeing all my friends dying, which is all of these trees that they've been cutting green ones now on people's property. People are letting that happen. It's one thing to see it happening on the side of the road where see, they know that they cannot cut any green trees on my property. And the neighbor, who I don't really get along with her very well, she's an Airbnb. It's Airbnb right across the street. She knows that they can't cut any of her green trees. This person lives on a quarter of an acre. The house sold for $500,000, and she wants her fucking trees, and she's like, I live in Idlewild, but she doesn't, but she's there, and she has been through the craze when it was like after C19, it was the summer of C19, where out of the woodwork come these shiny white helmets and clipboard, white vest, yellow vest holding, toting fucking people that were welcoming themselves onto your property, really testing your boundaries about your green trees, and they were cutting them. I was getting so furious. It still has colonized my mind the proper way that they are doing, whether you knew it, liked it, or not. See, I walked around and I was talking to my neighbors, and they said, "Oh no, no, we understand that." And some of them just didn't. Some of them didn't even care. Some of them are collecting everybody else's dead trees, and the biggest wood yard is right down on my street. Anyway, God, this conversation. Where did I go? Why did I go here? Well, let me route it back to the free-for-all that is the madhouse that I'm living. You see, it's a madhouse because it's not even an imprisonment yet. Like, respectfully, it's not just, what, you're in prison. Did you know that? What's your number again? Do you see the slot that you're occupying? And you're working for it, by the way. You're a slave. No, you don't know that? Okay, then it's a fucking madhouse. That's it. The craziest people don't know that they're fucking crazy as hell. And they're looking at people like me in this conversation like, oh boy, she needs help. Jesus, did you need help too? Is that what happened? God, what a fucking loser, excuse me. Really admirable outcome that you, whatever sacrifice that was. Ha! Something I'm missing anyway. But getting back to the pristine ecosystem that I live within, I'm talking about the people around me. You know how it turned out, money doing great.